Hello, this is Tomas from NyOdense. We're outside Momentum to talk with the new theatre chief for the new season 10 of Momentum, where they are going to copy every show from the Royal Danish Theatre. Come on. Henrik Grimbeck, you are artistic director for season 10 of Momentum, and your big plan is to copy the Royal Danish Theatre or all the shows for this season. What is the thought behind that?
It's a really stupid idea. It's one of the stupidest ideas I ever had, and it has that quality of the stupid things often have, that you can do something that everyone knows it won't be successful because we can't do all their shows. We can't do 24 shows with an ensemble of 4.5 people. And we do not have a solid big building with hundreds of workers. But therefore, in the power, in the try or the attempt to do something, in the attempt of doing something, you always get something very refined. And if you watch theater in general, it's about people who's trying to do something. It starts, and then you get to know a character, and the character falls in love, and he or she tries to get the girl for 1.5 hours, and then it ends successfully. But all stories about trying, and it's more fun to see someone trying than it is to see something succeeding straight away.
Yeah. You've been quoted saying no one else but Momentum would dare set up this kind of season. What do you mean by that?
Because it has a tendency, it's not our attempt, but it has a tendency to be dangerous while copying people, while getting involved with the royal people, and while stealing someone else's stuff. So it is a dare, and it is a dare in choosing me as an artistic director, which is fresh out of school, and choosing an ensemble, which is also basically brand new. But I think that in that relation between the very fresh out of school and very young, eager people, and the people who are very established in what they do, there is a nice a relation between the two of them, which will do something nice.
And what is it that Momentum can that the Royal can't do?
Good question. What Momentum can do and the Royal cannot is to get to know their audience. We have 120 seats in our biggest room, which means that even if I spoke to someone in the back rows right now, they would hear me. But if I were at the Royal Theatre, I would have to speak up to the second balcony, and that gives us an intimacy with our audience that you can never get on the big stages.
What can you expect as a guest for the new season of Momentum?
In the new season, you can expect as a guest that you will see some people who really attempt to do something, who is full of the desire to work and to try to make this work. You will also see some beautiful acting and some very thought-through conceptual things. But mainly you will just see people who loves what they're doing and hopefully are doing it good.
Do you think in the artistic context that Odense dares more than Copenhagen at this point?
I think that the relationship between Odense and Copenhagen is that of it's a bit like siblings. That while we are in Odense doing the things that the Royal Theatre does, you can go out of the box a little bit more in some ways and are a little bit more restricted in other ways. In a place in Odense, there is obviously a smaller amount of people who is watching these kind of things, which means that you can't go as far out of the box as in the very small corners of the very artistic things in the central city of the region. But in other ways, you don't get all the super artsy people who is very judgmental about the experimental stuff. So you get to experiment in another way, and with people who sees things in another way, who does not have the city pulse in the city rhythm, but who are open in a totally another way for artistic expressions, and it's not as bound to it, to the same, what do you call it? If you say subculture, there's a very clear direction of the subculture in Copenhagen, but what I don't know as much about Odense, but I would guess that the subculture isn't that locked, but has a stronger mobility.
So you can do more in the laboratory, but you're not necessarily going to get the big audience.
Yes, perhaps. My answer is just, I don't know, and I'm dying to find out.
Cool. The last question I have is, you write on your homepage that you strive to be brave in what you do.
Yes.
Is this too brave? It's a big project.
You can never be too brave. You can't overdie and you can't overdry, is a Seinfeld quote. But you can be stupid. But that, I think, has a great quality built into it. And daring to be brave is always the start of something exciting. And if you do not, even if you do not get the best result out of it, as you do sometimes, maybe the result will be quite fun to watch anyway. Failing is hilarious to watch. All the YouTube videos of cats jumping into walls.
Exactly. But you won't have any cats.
We don't know that yet.
What are your expectations for this season?
Well, I think my expectations is the process of doing something different, and trying to make like a cover from the Royal Danish Theatre. So we're making something very, very different, and at the same time we're making actually the same thing, and working together in that process.
What could be the biggest goal you can accomplish as an actor here in this setting?
To make a kind of dialogue in the audience when they have seen the play. It would be nice if they both see a play at the Royal Danish Theatre and then come to Odense and see the same play here, but in a way different. In a different way, and then get the audience to comment on that or get reactions out of that and see the difference.
Thanks a lot. It's gonna be awesome seeing what Momentum can come up with, and they are going to start this new season building up the shows from the 8th of August, and you should follow them on their webpage where they will announce when the first show is going to air.